What happens when the thing you've been avoiding becomes the thing you can't stop thinking about? Hi, my name is Michael McCarthy, and I am on a quest to secure a TEDx talk by June 2027. Are you like me, a lifelong procrastinator? Has it cost you shame, humiliation, missed opportunities, failures? Well, here's the good news. I spent the last 4 decades using mental rehearsal to overcome procrastination to great success on many different platforms, from entertainment to martial arts, sales, television, business. And I'm here to distill all the ideas in my head to present them in a TEDx talk so that ultimately I can help you. Last week, we learned 2 things. Number 1, Frank King helped me with the why me. Why am I the right person to give this TEDx talk? And number 2, that we learned not all progress is visible. Sometimes when you sit in front of a computer screen and words aren't coming out, you need to trust the invisible progress that's happening behind the scenes. I had no idea that was all about to change this week. It's TEDx Tuesday, July 28th, episode 4. Something strange happened this week. For the first time since I started the TEDx application, I'm ahead of schedule. What happened? It wasn't that I had more discipline. I simply noticed something different. That when I had 20 minutes, I was editing videos. When I had an hour, I was doing TEDx application research. I wasn't wasting time anymore trying to figure out what to do. I was moving the progress of the project forward. But that's when I realized something. The excitement that starts a project is borrowed from the future. The momentum to finish it is earned in the present. For procrastinators, hard work isn't what kills dreams. It's the obstacles. Every obstacle says, maybe tomorrow. This is what I learned this week. If I can get past the obstacles, it makes the next obstacle even easier. And once I realized that, it's like a wall broke down. I found myself this week not enjoying my distractions. That when I had 20 minutes to waste, my mind wandered back to the TEDx project. Not because I felt guilty, it's because I wanted to work on it. So for the first time, the project was the reward. When I decided to do the TEDx talk, I was excited. I pictured myself on the red dot. I spent hours doing research because the finish line was so exciting. Then reality set in. Dense research papers, blank pages, self-doubt, difficult questions. I felt like trash. That's where procrastination lives. The dream didn't become less important. The path simply became more difficult. This week, I found myself living a Marcus Aurelius quote. Concentrate every minute on what's in front of you, freeing yourself from all distractions. I wasn't forcing myself to write something when I couldn't write. I wasn't forcing the creative process. I was simply moving the project forward. I was asking myself, what can I do in the next 20 minutes? Can I edit a video? Should I research the why now? Should I polish my questions? I stopped confusing the task with the mission. Maybe that's the mistake many of us make. We believe progress only counts if we're doing the thing we plan to do. But momentum doesn't care what task we're doing. Momentum only cares that we're still moving. Okay, this is the part of the episode where we bring in Frank King to discuss this week's question.
Why now?
Back to the Google Doc and what I wrote, the why now, that's acceptable to you?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I need to just back up what I'm saying, that's all.
Yeah, as long as it's peer reviewed and, it's, even if it's still thick is good when it comes to,
Okay, all right. Okay, so, all right. Another question in the books. How does your idea challenge conventional thinking or assumptions? That seems very difficult to me.
Well, yes and no. You do a little myth busting in your answer about it's not a matter of time management. It's not a matter of time management. That would be the what common wisdom, but you're saying that's not correct. So that's you're challenging the common wisdom.
Right. So I base it off of that, work from that sentence?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So come to believe that procrastination is just about poor time management, about a lazy becoming tomorrow. Okay, all right. So I take that first sentence there, or two sentences, and I expand on that. Is where I start, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's interesting. The question Frank King and I are working on this week, why now, seems to be the theme of this whole episode. I've been confronting obstacles, working with momentum. I'm living the why now. This whole channel is turning out to be a case study in someone confronting procrastination, not someone filling out a TEDx application. Okay, here's a recap of this week's lessons. Lesson number 1, Frank King told us the why now is a much more statistic and peer review driven question than the other ones. And lesson number 2, this week wasn't about productivity. It was about momentum. We learned that momentum doesn't come first. Momentum is the reward for continuing when the excitement fades. I realized something I wasn't expecting. I didn't beat procrastination. I replaced it. The satisfaction I used to get from avoiding difficult work is now being replaced with the satisfaction of moving the project forward. So the dream didn't change, I did. On the next episode of TEDx Tuesday, Frank King and I work on the next question. How does my idea challenge conventional thinking? And I'm curious, will momentum continue or will procrastination rear its ugly head again? Whew. All right, if you like me, comment, like, subscribe, whatever you can do to help me grow my channel, I appreciate it, and I'll see you next episode.